In this video, I'm going to cover another militia engineer task, and that is the destruction of captured equipment after an ambush. Now, militias, when we would go to war, we will be operating primarily as guerrillas, which means we need to take as much of the captured gear, ammunition, and supplies with us that we possibly can. If we don't need it at that immediate time, we cache it for the future. But there will be times when we just get so much of it that we're not able to transport it off of the battlefield in fast enough manner to prevent us from being targeted by enemy direct and indirect fires from a counterattack. So that at that point, the gear we cannot take with us must be destroyed to prevent its reuse by the enemy. Now, after the ambush is complete, you strip the enemy of all the gear that they had on them. Their load-bearing equipment, you empty out what's in their pockets, grab their rucksacks, their weapons, everything. Take it to a central location, or a couple central locations depending on the size of the ambush. If your ambush is, say, a quarter mile or even a mile of roadway, bringing everything to one location may not be practical. You may want to break it up into 2 or 4 or 6 destruction sites where the gear should be consolidated. Now, once everything's consolidated, you load up everything that you're going to take with you. You refill your ammo pouches, you grab all the grenades, you grab the anti-tank rockets, whatever you possibly can, load it up, put it onto stretchers and carry it out, toss it in the backs of Jeeps, whatever. The items that are left over, you'll destroy. I'm going to show you generally how to set up the equipment for destruction by explosive means. Now, first off, your base layer is going to be the captured load-bearing equipment. If you capture a lot of rucksacks and you can't transport them out, you've already stripped them of what you want from the bags. Make a big pile of the rucksacks, toss the load-bearing equipment on it, set it on fire. That would be the easiest way to destroy all that. If all you have is a bunch of load-bearing equipment because you're taking all the rucks out with you, that's going to be the first thing you put down in your pile. Now, if you capture gas masks, protective masks, and you don't need them because they were damaged, you got cracked lenses, they're a type that are inferior to what you already have, sizes that are just mutant sizes you're never going to need, you'll toss those in their carriers on top of the load-bearing equipment. The next item you're going to toss on this pile is weapons. The weapons that are damaged, you cannot repair them, cannot use them, or they are inferior, you don't need them. They will go on your pile next. Now, the next layer you're going to put on top would be the explosive ordnance. This is your final layer. This final layer will help you in the destruction of the other items in a pile. So this would be where you toss on hand grenades, mortar rounds that are for mortar tubes that you don't have. Maybe you captured some cannon shells from an infantry fighting vehicle. You captured anti-tank guided missiles that you can't use. You'll put that on this final layer. So for right now, we got a captured claymore that's messed up, we can't use it, and we have a misfired anti-tank rocket. Now you may have noticed there's one item I told you not to put on the pile. These helmets. Don't waste your demo trying to blow them up. Just leave them where they're at by the bodies. Now when you place your demo, you're going to want to put it, like with destroying anti-tank mines, you're going to want to put it on the bulk explosive. So on top of the mine inside the bandolier, or in the misfired unusable anti-tank rocket, you're going to want to put it directly over the warhead inside the tube. So we'd have a block on here, a block on here, maybe one other block in the pile also on top of piles of ammunition. They would all be connected to the same initiation system, so they would all go off at the same time. Now the reason you put the explosive items on top is so when you initiate your blast, the force will go downward into the gear and stuff underneath. The weapons are more of a priority to destroy than the load-bearing equipment. That's why the weapons go directly underneath ammunition and captured explosive munitions. The load-bearing equipment on the bottom will catch a lot of the fragmentation from the stuff up top, and it'll shred it and it'll be useless. Now, for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot and Militia movement, always remember, essayons.